Hello again, friends. It's Miss Holmes here with another Thanksgiving treat for you today. Arthur's Thanksgiving by Marc Brown, for all you Arthur fans out there. But before I begin to share this special gem, I wanted to remind you, friends, that I still need your help and support. I need you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go ahead, if you haven't already done so, just push that subscribe button below. It's completely free. And by doing that, you will help support me so that I can continue to record all these amazing stories for you and share them with lovers of literature everywhere, from littles to bigs alike. So thanks for your help and support, friends. As I said, we are now in the month of November, and I am happily putting up onto Storytime with Miss Holmes as many Thanksgiving treats as I can for you. And this is a classic. I am a huge Arthur fan, and I have tons of Arthur books right here on Storytime with Miss Holmes. But I didn't have this one. So it's perfect timing to record Arthur's Thanksgiving in the month of November for you. Let's check on the back. Is there a sneak peek from Marc Brown, our author? Well, there's not a written sneak peek, but there is a picture. Oh, a turkey. So it gives you a little idea what might be going on inside this story. All right, let's sit back and enjoy this together, friends. Arthur's Thanksgiving by Marc Brown. Arthur's class was so quiet, you could hear a pin drop. Mr. Ratburn was about to announce the director for the Thanksgiving play, The Big Turkey Hunt. Arthur chewed his pencil. I hope he picks me, whispered Francine. They all held their breath. I've chosen Arthur to direct the play, said Mr. Ratburn. He handed Arthur the script. Oh, Arthur looked surprised. Me? The director? Said Arthur. Oh, no, grumbled Francine. This is going to be a disaster. Arthur's first job as director was to assign parts. The narrator would have the most to say, but the turkey, the symbol of Thanksgiving, had the most important role of all. Secretly, Arthur was glad he wouldn't have to be the turkey. But who would play that part? At lunch, Francine gave Arthur 2 chocolate cupcakes. She wanted to be the narrator. Oh, I see that. Buster even let Arthur borrow his Captain Zoom spaceman. Oh, cool. He wanted to be Governor William Bradford. Being the director seemed like fun. Arthur thought Francine would make a good turkey. Never, said Francine. I want to be the narrator. Besides, I have the loudest voice. No doubt about that. Francine would be the narrator. Arthur showed Muffy a drawing of the turkey costume. Lots of feathers, said Arthur. It's a very glamorous role. Yuck! Vomitrocious, squealed Muffy. I should be the Indian princess because I have real braids. Brain, I've saved the most intelligent part for you, Arthur explained. No way will I be the turkey, answered the brain. I'll be the Indian chief. Buster, you're my best friend, began Arthur. The part is real easy. Only one line, and it's the best in the play. I want to be Governor Bradford, said Buster. Arthur was so desperate that he even asked Binky Barnes. The turkey is a strong and powerful animal, argued Arthur. Yeah, without saying a word, it can make you look like a fool in front of the entire school, said Binky. The play was only 6 days away. Where would Arthur find a turkey? Nobody wants that role, unfortunately. Arthur knew he could count on his family. I'd love to be the turkey, said his father, but I have a dentist appointment that I don't want to miss. The world is full of turkeys, joked his mother. You should be able to find one. I wouldn't be caught dead in that outfit, said his sister D.W. Oh, poor Arthur. Let's talk turkey, said Arthur over the PA system at school the next day. The best part in the Thanksgiving play is still open. If you're interested, please come at once to the office. But no one came to the office. In fact, the principal left the office laughing. Arthur put posters in the cafeteria. He placed ads in the school newspaper, but nothing worked. And it says, calling all turkeys. Turkey wanted. But nobody seems to want this role in the play. Arthur had other problems too. Muffy complained about everything. I should be the narrator. My parents are paying for the cast party, she whined. And Francine would not take off her movie star glasses. They're good luck, she explained, but she was having a hard time seeing what she was doing. Buster couldn't remember his lines. In 1620, he recited, he sailed to America on the cauliflower. I think he means the Mayflower. The rehearsals went from bad to worse. When the Pilgrims and Indians decided to celebrate their friendship, said Francine, they began to hunt for a turkey. We cooked beans and pumpkin pies, whispered Sue Ellen. And the Pilgrim men went off to hunt for a turkey. We made cornbread and picked cranberries, said Muffy. Oops! And the Indian braves went on their own turkey hunt. And then it was time for Francine to present the turkey. When the Indians and the Pilgrims finally found a turkey, she began, there was great rejoicing. Today, when we think of Thanksgiving, we think of turkey. And she glared at Arthur. Oh, don't worry, Arthur promised. I told you I'd find a turkey in time. Yeah, they just don't have a turkey yet. As a last resort, Arthur decided to rent a turkey. But that wasn't such a good idea. If you don't get a turkey by tomorrow's performance, said Francine, I quit. Everyone agreed. No turkey, no play. Uh-oh. Arthur went home to think. He thought about turkeys while he did his arithmetic. He thought about turkeys while he played the piano. And he thought about turkeys while he and DW did the dishes. Boy, said DW, if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself. Oh, yeah, he's a little distracted, spilling out a lot of extra water and soap suds. The next morning, Francine, Muffy, and Buster stood before Arthur. They weren't taking any chances. Do we have a turkey? They asked. Arthur just smiled. The whole school filled into the auditorium. Ooh, said the kids as the lights went out. Shh, said the teachers as the curtain went up. In 1620, we sailed to America on the Mayflower, recited Buster proudly. Phew, said Arthur. The play continued smoothly. Muffy didn't drop the cranberries. The Brain had his costume on correctly. Sue Ellen said her lines in a loud, clear voice, and Francine had even taken off her movie star glasses. And then it came time for Francine's big speech. She crossed her fingers and began. When the Indians and Pilgrims finally found a turkey, there was great rejoicing. Today, when we think of Thanksgiving, we think of turkey. There was a lot of fumbling behind the curtain, and Arthur took a deep breath. And look who's coming on stage, dressed as the turkey. It's Arthur. He walked on stage, and as soon as he did, the audience began to laugh. Arthur turned bright red. This was going to be even worse than he had thought it would be. The turkey, Arthur began, is a symbol of togetherness and Thanksgiving, said a chorus of voices behind him. Oh, look, all his friends showed up in their turkey costumes too to support Arthur. Arthur turned around and smiled. I guess Mom was right. The world is full of turkeys. Okay, turkeys, all together now. Let's hear that last line loud and clear. And all the turkeys say, Happy Thanksgiving. Teamwork makes the dream work, and all of Arthur's friends were there to help support him. I love it. And I hope you did too. Thanks for joining me for Arthur's Thanksgiving, friends. And stay tuned for more Thanksgiving treats coming up right now on Storytime with Miss Holmes.